We got 2 days till bow opener. Okay, maybe one. Today's Thursday, bow opener's on Saturday. I'm at my parents' house, sighting in my bow. And no, it's not because I didn't do it this summer. I did actually, but I just swapped out my rest, so I kind of have to do the whole process over again. So the bow is the exact same bow that I've been running. It's a PSE, pretty fast bow. Honestly, I don't really care what bow you shoot. I don't think it really matters. There's a lot of really good performing bows out there. The sight is a 1-pin. I switched to a 1-pin last year and I love this thing. And I will say, it takes way longer to get one of these 1-pin setups sighted in, to get your sight tape working right, all that stuff. But once you do, your confidence goes like freaking through the roof. I've been shooting out to like 80 yards all summer and I love this sight. I've got like a little Kydex bow hanger. I put this on my Versa strap when I'm in the tree, did a video on that. And then this strap, you may be wondering, what the heck is this? This is my bow sling. This is the strap off of my Predator platform because I just made myself AM steel daisy chain, and I don't need this thing anymore, but it works really good for a bow sling. And I just wrapped the loop end around the top, and around the bottom I just put like a little plastic clip. I've got so many of these lying around from Modding Gear, and then I tied it on with a little Night Eyes gear tie. So pretty much it kind of sits like this, and you know, you can rest your arms on it, you can bring it up and, you know, put your binoculars on. I do that a lot. You can also slide it behind you. So when I have a backpack on, my backpack will kind of just like keep it back there for me. But you can slide it back here on your back so that it's kind of free of your space. When you want to shoot, all you got to do is take it off. And then I just take and put it right behind my quiver / my bow hanger right here. And that just keeps it out of the area of my arrow, keeps it free of my cam. If you really don't want to have to worry about it, then I'll wrap it up around my stabilizer like that. This thing is sweet. So if you remember back last season, I was shooting a Whisker Biscuit, and honestly I didn't mind it too much. I needed to replace the biscuit because the bristles were getting weak and my arrow was always kind of falling down in them. And I've never really shot broadheads at long distances, but with my Rages, I don't know, I can fling them out 60+ yards, not really have any issues. With the broadheads, I started shooting out that distance and I started to get flyers left and right, and it wasn't really consistent at all. My bow was tuned correctly, and I found out it was because I'm shooting a short brace height bow. The brace height is just the distance between your riser and the string. So what happens is when you have a short brace height bow, hand torque gets accentuated because the arrow stays on the string longer and in contact with your bow longer. I was shooting a Whisker Biscuit, so it was really staying in contact with the bow for a long time. So what I was finding is if I tweaked my hand or my grip was off just a little bit, my arrow would fly to the one side, and if I gripped it just slightly different, it'd fly to the other side. And obviously you want to have a consistent grip, but in hunting situations you can't always have a super crazy consistent grip. So I put this strap away on here, tied it in myself, replaced the pull cord. But my hope is that by putting this on, my arrow will leave the bow contact faster and my hand torque won't affect my accuracy quite as bad as it has been. Well, right away I noticed that my group started shrinking with the drop away on, so that part was nice. I'm running into all sorts of issues, so because with getting rid of the resistance from the Whisker Biscuit, my arrows jumped up a good 6 inches on the target, so I had to adjust for that. Got it sighted in, then I was like, I probably should shoot with these lighted nocks that I'm going to be using when I'm hunting. Put those on and they grab tighter. So then my arrows dropped to about 6 inches. So I'm back to square one, and I've been at this for a couple hours. The Rages seem to be flying pretty accurate, but my broadheads are drifting. I don't really think I'm gonna have time to mess with it before opener, so probably just shoot these Rages. I'll be up on a tree stand anyway. Get the broadheads flying good later. Oh yeah, center punched it. All right, I don't think I'm gonna be killing any deer at 70, so I think we're good. Next step before I'm done is I need to go get that deer target. I'm gonna set that out and I'm just gonna practice shooting at that. This target's really beat up. This is not a good idea. Meh. Well, I killed it. Well, time to go pick up my dog. I got good enough to where comfortable for opener, but not comfortable enough to like go to Wyoming and shoot mule deer at like 80 yards. Got a little bit of work to do, but the spot I'm going to, I can't get far shots anyway, so it's all good. That's why you get all this stuff ready before, 2 days before the season, but you know what? Stuff happens. I switched my rest out because of issues I had from a whole summer's worth of shooting, and I couldn't really foresee that. Kind of wanted to hop up in the saddle. I was really looking forward to that, but unfortunately time got the best of me today. Gotta put everything up, head out. Alright, well, today is October 1st. It's 4:30 in the morning. I think I woke up at 3. Super duper tired. About ready to hop out of the truck here, get my stuff together and head in. I saw a doe and a fawn on the spot on the road where I'm gonna walk in, so that was a little annoying. We're gonna go slip in there and see what happens. A little bit of wind, pretty cold. I think temps are right around 50 degrees, getting up into the 70s today. Wind seems like it's probably about 5 to 10. So let's go do it. Well, oh my gosh, I'm so cold. I made it up into the tree, but in the process I got really sweaty. And then I got up here, and then my body started to cool off, and I got the whole classic cold sweats, and I'm freezing. I didn't think I would need too many layers because it's supposed to get up into the 70s, but it is freaking cold, and I'm freezing. But I'm pretty much just sitting kind of I don't know what you'd call it, a saddle, I guess. Kind of a dip between a couple of ridges. I got a camera set up over here. This seems to be the most consistent activity spot that I have seen. I think that they're feeding out on a private field and then coming back down here to public and they're bedding. And I think that they use this saddle quite a bit when they're traveling, but I don't really know if I'm sitting a good wind for this. I mean, technically I'm not sitting a very great wind, but I just never have hunted in here, so I don't even know what a good wind is. It's clear skies, it's cold. I was kind of just hoping my thermals will pull up a little bit, but I haven't seen anything yet. Made a lot of ruckus getting in here. That was super cool. Got to watch that buck come in. I didn't film it, but I did a little light rattling session. And then I did some mouth grunting. And he came in almost immediately after I finished up the mouth grunting, so wished it was a big one, but it was still fun to see him. It's good information to watch him walk down that trail. I'm gonna get down and go walk up the top of this cut and just look around, but I'm freezing. Oh my gosh. But I also am gonna have to take a dump soon. Originally I was thinking about being out here all day, but I'm finding if you're gonna do that, either one, you gotta starve yourself, don't eat anything at all, that way you don't gotta take a poop, or two, you gotta bring out all your dude wipes and be ready for when you gotta take a poop. I don't know if I brought my dude wipes. I don't think I did. I'll see if I've got reflective tacks in my pack. If I do, I'm gonna tack my way back out of here. That was one thing that was super annoying this morning, is it took a really, really long time getting in because I didn't have any kind of a path laid out. First bow hunting morning of the year in the books. At least I didn't get skunked. This thing is going down there. I don't know if you can see much, but this is pretty much what I was sitting this morning. And it's a cut. It comes up from a bunch of low, nasty, thick stuff down there. I've been getting really consistent pictures with this camera at this spot. I told myself before I got down, I was like, I'm gonna go walk up here, check it out, because I had never actually walked all the way up this cut. And I got up there. Let me walk up there and I'll show you what I found. This is that trail. I jumped some deer blew at me, and then kind of went this way. That buck had come from down here, worked his way down this, and then kind of got freaked out right up in here, and then worked his way back. I was just down there, and you can kind of just see the draw comes up, keeps coming up right here, and then kind of peters out here. So I just went up and checked out that stuff. Once I got up to this flat, right away I jumped a deer over there. I just assumed that was the buck that had come by me this morning, because he did go that direction. So I counted that as the buck, and then I ended up jumping 2-3 more deer over on the flat up this way. I mean, everything's browsed. There's not much greenery. I'll show you up here what really caught my eye. I don't know if you can tell because it rained pretty hard, but that's a scrape right there. This is just a super cool spot because you got this top, and then you've got a couple fingers that turn into that cut that I was hunting down in. So rather than hunt down in the cut, if they're bedding up here, I'm gonna hunt at the head of the cut so I can see out over this flat, which is their bedding. I can see back to these scrapes and these little fingers. I'll put this camera on this scrape right here, but I'm confident this will be a much better setup. Plan is put this thing out, wait till I'm starting to get good consistent pictures again, so I know that they're moving naturally, and then do pretty much exactly what I did today. Get in here really early in the morning, see if we can make it work. Got that, we're all set.